Alright, welcome back to the case study of Vanitas. Anime review, episode number 17. No, 15, excuse me. This is discussing episode 15 episode of the anime, Decipher's Vampire. Yes. Now, this episode does pretty much finish adapting 29. There was like a few pages they skipped over last week. They pretty much put in the episode. They went through the entirety of 30, no problem. There was the middle section, chapter 31, they skipped over. And they adapted the second half of chapter 32 and the first half of chapter 33. Yeah, they skipped pretty much half of a chapter. Oh, by the way, the stuff they discussed here, it's actually interspliced here. Yeah, there's a small little thing here at Vanitas where they kind of explain a little bit about Chloe herself. And that's it for Vanitas. Yes, the guy who's the titular of Vanitas, and he's only seen here for about a minute, because this whole episode is kind of exploring Chloe's backstory. That's most of what it is. So in the case of Noe, we pick out where he left off, where he is confronted by seeing the shadow. Nemra basically is like, "Oh, is that your name?" And of course she's like, "That's what they call me." And of course he tries battling it, and then he keeps wasting food. Of course Chloe gets upset, and then he's sort of banished from the dining room, and of course he has to eat leftovers in the kitchen. And of course he thanks him for what he did, and then he goes sort of a little bit of a history lesson when it comes to Chloe, where originally she was human, but see Chloe's a vampire, but her father was human. It's kind of implied here, and it's not specifically saying in the manga either, that Chloe is a turned vampire, because she basically, they finally want to turn her back in human. Of course, so this thing called the Arturnus engine, trying to alter the world formula. That's pretty much the kind of the basis of the family, and they have multi-generational thing, which they do cut out the family. You briefly see some of the family descendants in the episode, but no dialogue for them. It's like they completely cut it out at all for some reason. And we also go see that she apparently knows Revan. Yes, August Revan, the uncle of the Grand Duke for the Queen of the Vampires. Yep, they kind of go through that. And they go a little bit into basically how Jeannie knows her. Basically expanded upon Jeannie stuff that was very much explored last episode anyways. And, well, at one point we do see Raven actually biting Chloe, trying to get information out of her. And then she pretty much kicks him out of her home. And she gets detailed about the war between humans and vampires being over. There's possibly something killing possibly Jeannie, but Jeannie is fine. Of course, Noe does ask her if she's the Beast of Governor, and she does kind of confirm it. And apparently she gave her true name away in exchange for her wish, possibly human. It's not specifically revealed here. The manga was not specific with this. And apparently she's a curse bearer by choice. She's basically not against her will. It's something she wanted. And, well, then we have her at the end of the episode where she activates the engine. Well, apparently it looks like a big giant beam in the sky. We do see briefly Vantos again. And that's it. I gotta say, this was a damn good episode. I thoroughly enjoyed this thing. Yeah, nothing really bad here. Aside from the fact that stuff was cut basically like half of a chapter, which I'm probably going to finish stepping next week anyways, but the stuff that kept in here was really good, thoroughly enjoyable, and I can't wait for next week. Well, actually be Thursday, just like in case of Freya. Actually Friday, so basically in 5 days, which hoping to actually review it on the day it comes out. In the case of Freya and Shaman King, maybe, to say the least, because I'm not getting home. It's late that night, so maybe we'll get home on time. Yep. So yeah, that's particularly it for this particular review. Stay tuned for next review, which is going to be Demon Slayer. Okay, next video. Bye.